What do you do when a girl that you really, really fucking like decides to reject you after you ask her out? What do you really fucking do? Do you A, move on and continue your life and like nothing ever fucking happened and try to find better women in the sea, better fish in the fucking sea? Do you B, cry and cry and cry your sorrows away, getting drunk and doing a lot of shit to cope? Or C, decide to dox her enemies and dox people that she probably doesn't like to at least impress her and destroy your entire reputation, cut connection with friends over this bitch rejecting you. Because the individual we're going to be talking about today chose C. And that person is Aiden Underground. And Aiden Underground was an individual I was actually aware of because I saw clips right over there, like clips of him doing this and that, and that and this. And it was like, every time I saw this motherfucker, he always gave me smug cunt energy. And this guy's a dude. So it's really, really insane to give that energy. And I always thought, like, this guy's gonna get himself somewhere. There's no way. Like, his smugness, his ego is gonna bite him right back in the ass, and it fucking happened. And Aiden Underground is, like, one of these commentary YouTube channels. He's been here for pretty much, like, 5 years, and he's been in that community since he was 14 or 15. Like, he's been there since he was a kid. So this is another example why kids shouldn't be doing YouTube videos. Shows this is a pretty great example. And he now just streams commentary, but that's his opinion, that's politics. Because now he's a grown adult. He's no longer a wee bab. He's actually a big boy. And he usually just does smug shit. Like, that's what I've seen from him. But today's controversy of him really is really biting him in the ass. It's like, oh my God, it's beautiful to see. I didn't even like this guy though. But where does it all begin? Well, it begins with the New Year's party of 2025, where people were waiting for 2026 to come in, or some shit. If I'm getting information wrong, tell me. I'm completely fine with that, just to update it. I'm still like trying to understand the situation. So if I'm getting anything wrong, comment down, okay? Please tell me. But he was late to a New Year's party, and the reason why he was late to that was because he was in a call with another individual called Goatcatto. And Goatcatto is a pretty interesting individual themselves. They're part of the art commentary community. And one of the things I constantly hear from her, like I heard of her before this, but I just didn't know much or didn't care enough. Like I just knew her as, I only know her as some random spurg in the art commentary community. So I just didn't give a shit. But from what I heard, one of the things that she did was that she dated Birdie, another felted individual. And Aiden Underground decides to ask her out because she's some sort of goth bitch or some shit. What the fuck does goth bitches do to people? What does it do to a fucking man? And he asks her out saying, my love, I actually love you, because Aiden recently has been covering a bunch of the art commentary community shit and a lot of Lyle Convoy stuff. So keep that in mind. Lyle Convoy is a really important person in this entire drama, this entire gay drama. But he met Goatcatto because of that shit. So he was in a call and confessing his love, like, I love you, Goatcatto. I want you. We should be boyfriend and girlfriend. And Goatcatto saw that Jewish nose, saw the dandruff hair, saw the smugness in his voice, the cuckoldry in this man's fucking voice, felt the weakness, and decides to say no. We don't know if she friend-zoned him. We don't know if she only said no. But something happened. And first of all, imagine getting rejected by a person who dated Birdie, some of the most degenerate people out there. A person who literally lives in filth, and Goatcatto dated that person. And technically, because Aiden likes to do all the technically shit and likes to debate bro everything, technically, she prefers dating that piece of shit than you. That right there is a felt in itself. And then, like, you can understand the crash out. I believe he crashed out over this shit. Because after this, he arrived to the party. miserable. I believe he shut up miserable. It'd be funny if that turned out to be true. No one really mentioned his attitude. Well, he did have an attitude there, but someone should have said, like, he came in with a miserable fucking face. I know that. From a guy getting rejected that badly and getting felt to that fucking badly, it must have felt like shit. But he came in miserable and he started acting incredibly mean to another person who called Hellbent. Don't worry, they're not that important. They just appear once. Because the true important stuff is with another guy called Dickers. Not Review Tech fucking USA. Dickers. The commentary YouTuber. Or the British man himself. Yeah, that Dickers, not the other Dickers. The other Dickers are a failure. This one's not much of a failure. Well, he's not a failure. But it looks like Aiden and him had an argument in that party. And maybe I'm wrong on this, so correct me, say I'm a fucking piece of shit who don't know anything. But they had an argument about, like, Lyle's docs or some shit. Because Aiden had it somehow. And it stings soon to fucking come. Because after this party, Aiden Underground decided to dox Lyle Convoy's way. And you could say, wait a minute, didn't Lyle Convoy openly say where he lives and where he's at? Well, it's a different type of dox that Aiden Underground decided to do. He decided to dox Lyle's wife in his public Discord with more than 100 people in it. And he decided to do that. Go after family members now. And I usually believe with, like, if someone doxes people, like, you could dox them back, but I get to a point where if you go after family members, that's just too far, no matter fucking what. Family members is something you should never go after. Just attack the person themselves and that's it. Never go after family members. And that's what Aiden Underground decided to do for some fucking reason. I believe he was still raging over the brutal felony he got from Goatcatto. But he did that shit. And when that shit came out, every single person decided to shit on him. Absolutely fucking shit on the guy. And then people start watching the video from some other guy talking about Aiden getting rejected by Goatcatto and the argument between Dickers, and people start watching that. That's how we know all this information, because of that video. And it was looking really bad for fucking Aiden. And it pretty much shows that he's a fucking doxer because of that other shit coming out. And then Aiden Underground decided to go on a private call with, like, Goatcatto or some type of shit. And decided to take the fucking L. And that's what's being claimed. But remember Dickers? Remember that guy? Yeah, we're going to talk about him again. Because he was covering the Aiden shit from what I've seen. Like, you know, watching that video, that guy talking about Aiden getting rejected, felt it, and all this type of shit. And he was doing the, actually, that didn't happen. Not like that didn't happen. It's, like, not accurate. Like, it did happen, but wasn't accurate. And Aiden decides to call in. And I don't know if to call this a debate or a blood sport, because there was a part where they both were starting to yell over each other. But Aiden decided to come in. And they mentioned him saying, like, he took the L behind the scenes. But this entire thing, even Dickers calls him out, doesn't even sound that he took the L, because he decides to defend himself doxing Lyle's wife. And doubles down on this shit, sounding like he never took the L and he never learned his lesson. He starts doing, like, first, it never happened. But then decides to claim that, well, I was actually joking, like, it was just a joke thing. But then it says it did happen. He didn't know about it, but it wasn't him. It was somebody else that sent it to him. Then later, it sounds like he was the one searching up for that information. Like, it was an absolute shit show. And some of the arguments, it's just so fucking retarded. Like, one of them, like, I'm trying to justify himself doxing Lyle's wife, was saying, well, Lyle's wife's information was public already in a 7-sub YouTube channel. So that means I could send that information. Now, technically doxing, motherfucker. It was a 7-sub YouTube channel with that information. If we use that same fucking argument, because this guy likes to do the actuallys, we could go after your family members and find their information. Would I advocate for that? But no, I would never advocate for that shit. But you're setting up a precedent where now that's allowed. And that's where it gets fucking dangerous. You can't be saying that type of shit. And then we get to other part where he talks about neutral doxing. I never heard of that. Neutral fucking doxing. I'll tell you this. even if the doxing is justifiable, no matter what, it has malicious intent. It had a bad intention, no matter fucking what. You want a negative reaction to happen. So there's no such thing as a neutral doxing. And there's so many copes he mentions. And it gets so bad because he got pressed by dickers to the point where he starts nitpicking every single thing. I'm not even joking. Like, he starts saying, oh, well, you said that wrong. That actually is something else. Like, one of the parts was where, like, Dickers was mentioning a list of things. He misspoke, and he said, somebody said that the doxing didn't happen. He was supposed to say, like, you said that it didn't happen, but he misspoke. And Aiden tried to direct the conversation to something else, saying, well, what do you mean by that somebody? Is that anybody else who told you that information? Like, let him fucking speak. Like, Aiden really thought he could debate bro his way out of this situation. You cannot, because this conversation made you look really fucking bad. And it did, because everybody started talking about it. Now, it got to a point where people are starting to make fun of Aiden Underground. Pretty much showing his love for fucking Goatcatto. And he didn't really fucking like it. And it's funny, after this stream with Dickers, the debate that looked really fucking bad on Aiden, he decided to say, well, I'm actually gonna put up a stream where I'm gonna debate all the people who disagree with me. Never fucking happened, and now it is claimed that he's gonna take a break. Yeah, you totally got them. You totally own them. And there's a lot more where in Twitter he started insulting Lyle Convoy's wife. Yeah, totally. You totally fucking don't know her information. You totally don't have the docs. And he says shit like, why is your wife a balding fat ass? Or, your wife literally has apolica and looks so fucking disgusting. I almost threw up looking at a photo of her. Can't wait to ask why she looks so disgusting on the phone. Yeah, you totally don't have the information. You totally don't have bad intentions. Like, how the fuck would you know this type of stuff if you totally never knew about it? Because also in the debate, he was acting like he never knew about it. So, he does know. He doxed her maliciously. That's what he fucking did. And he had a full-on crash out on Twitter, like arguing with people, doing the actuallys. And I'm not gonna read that shit because I hate debate bros like Aiden Underground. And it is getting worse for the guy. Like, nobody's letting him go, and he's getting raped. Absolutely raped. It's really bad for that Jewish boy over there. Yeah, the goth pussy was promised to him 5,000 years ago. This Jewish fuck. And what is my conclusion to this shit? And I have a lot to say for the conclusion. Because first of all, I have a theory why he's doing this. Well, I actually have two theories. I can't really decide on which one. It could be one, it could be the other, it could be both. I believe, first of all, after he got rejected by Goatcatto, he had nothing. He needed to impress her again, to make that emo pussy wet. So, he thought by doxing Lyle Convoy's wife will get her pussy so fucking wet where, to the point where, when he asks her out again, she will absolutely say yes. Like, yes, Aiden, please fuck me. Please, Aiden. I love you. He really thought that was going to fucking happen. And then we got conspiracy theory number 2. Where, because Aiden Project, he started this shit as a kid, right? And nobody really respected this guy. Like, I gotta be honest with you. Like, they constantly make fun of him. Like, I see Nicholas Diorio streams where he fucking says, like, Aiden Project makes no money, he's a bum, he has no viewers, and all this type of shit. And he believes that this will make him look like the cool kid. And he really does sound like, even by the tweets I read, like, insulting his wife, he really thinks he looks really fucking cool. He really does. And it's actually cringe. He is cringy. So he thinks he looks cool by doing this shit, and he thinks he'll get the respect by everybody. But in the end, nobody's gonna respect him. People are laughing at him even fucking more, and he can't take that. That's why he did the Dickers string, thinking he could own Dickers and people will respect him. Now people are laughing at him even more after that. But those are the theories I have. Maybe they both are actually canon. Those two theories are actually correct and they're together. But decide in the comments. And also I want to say this. The shit that Aiden Projects is advocating for is fucking dangerous. Because he is saying it's completely fine because it's actually attacking them. Okay, Aiden Projects. Because if you really want to go by that argument, we could dox you. We could dox your family members. And technically, it's not really hurting you. Aiden Projects, if you really want to go with that argument, we could literally say we could go to find your family members' Facebook pages and dox them because it's actually attacking you. It's not attacking them. Like, you can't really do those arguments. And also, I'm saying, like, it's a 7-subscriber YouTube channel. So it's technically public. We could do the same shit to you. It's really dangerous opening this shit. You're opening a gateway. You're opening Pandora's box to something you're not prepared to fucking deal with. And it's insane what you're doing. Would I ever advocate any bad things happening to you? Fuck no. But you are advocating for that shit to other people. And in the end, it's gonna bite you right back in the ass. Like with all these doxers, even Lyle Convoy. It all bit them right back in the fucking ass. And they're felt it. And that's what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna get doxed. People are gonna go after your fucking family members if you continue to advocate for this type of shit. It's a very fucking dangerous game to play with. It's cool right now. I'm such a badass. I'm so cool in front of people's wives. Until you hurt the wrong person, and that person is gonna dox you. And when that fucking happens, when you fucking cry saying, "Oh, they doxed me. I can't believe they did this." Nobody's gonna feel bad for you. They're probably gonna say, "Well, we don't advocate for it," but in the end, they're not gonna feel bad. They're not gonna help you. Because you advocated for that shit. You literally are trying to normalize it. To be cool or get the Goatcatto pussy. And that's the reality. And that is the fucking conclusion. And that is all we got to say for today. I hope you guys liked this video. Subscribe to the Mr. Zombie Army. We need to get to 500 or 1,000 fucking subs. I hope all you guys also comment in the description below. Comment saying, you know what, fucker, Aiden Project's actually in the fucking rhyme. And Lyle Convoy's wife deserves to be doxxed. Or say, you know what, Aiden Projects is a cuck Jew who is a piece of shit for doing this type of shit. Say your opinion. I like different opinions. And I hope all you guys have a really great January. A really great fucking day. And goodbye.